It's almost like you're trying to spell out to them that you are perfect for this position. Hi guys, it's Study with Jess, your #1 go-to source of support to help you stay organised, study and work smarter, and also live well. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you 10 resume writing hacks. Now, I actually wanted to create a mini series all about how to write a resume, prepare for an interview, get an internship, land your dream job. I wanted to create something that is going to help you guys out for the future and set you up for your life after your studies. So I hope you guys like the first of this mini series, and I'm going to be posting up a video along these kind of topics for the next 4 or 5 weeks. So if there's anything in particular that you want me to talk about, then just leave a comment down below. Alright, let's get into my 10 tips for writing an awesome resume. Okay, so the first hack is to make sure that you have a profile or summary written at the start of your resume. And this can be really brief and dot points, but make it really relevant to the position that you're after. So I've got a little demo of something that I might be writing if I was looking for a job in social media as an influencer and entrepreneur. So I wrote an online content creator and business owner with strong communication and marketing experience in startup companies within the educational and retail industries. Highly skilled in creating strong content for social media and growing an online following. And also possess strong working knowledge of Final Cut Pro editing software, Photoshop, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So I've listed my skills. I've also listed the areas that I've worked in, so where I've got experience, such as in the educational and retail sector, because as you guys know, I don't just do study skills on YouTube, I also have my stationery line educationery. So I've also got experience as an entrepreneur and in the business or retail area too. Hack number 2 is to review and update your resume regularly. Make sure that all of the skills that you're acquiring are listed on your resume, anything relevant that the employer is going to need when looking at having you to fulfill this position. Now also think about the fact that some of the jobs that you used to have or the previous experience you've had might not be relevant, and so you want to remove this off your resume. So maybe you used to have a part-time babysitting job, maybe you were working at McDonald's or H&M, and it's not really of relevance to this employer, then you don't have to list it on this resume. And also, if you think about your references at the end, which we're going to get to soon, make sure that all of your references are kept updated as well. So maybe you've got someone else that's going to be a new reference, maybe you had someone that's not really relevant anymore, so just make sure that you're constantly looking through the whole document and keeping it up to date. Now, when you have listed previous roles or positions, it's important that you actually give a breakdown as to what that involved. What sort of skills or tasks were demonstrated and what sort of responsibility did you have? Because this is really important for the employer to know, and it gives them a better understanding of how you might be suited for fulfilling this position. Hack number 4, it's a little bit like when you're preparing to write an essay or answer an essay question. You want to highlight or underline any key buzzwords. So these are the sort of words that they use to describe the sort of responsibilities that this job entails. And you want to use all of these key or buzzwords in your resume. It's almost like you're trying to spell out to them that you are perfect for this position. So if they're looking for someone with good social media skills, if they're looking for someone that knows how to edit with Final Cut Pro, I will actually say good social media skills, experience with Final Cut Pro. It's important that you make this resume really easy for them to read, and they're just going to skim through it anyway. So having these buzzwords, that's exactly what they're looking for. And the second they see that in your resume, they're going to associate this role with being a perfect fit for you. Now, I know that sometimes you want to get really crafty when writing a resume, using long words, big paragraphs, making sure that they know how much effort you put into your resume, and also that you have a lot to offer and you go into detail, but they don't have time to read long resumes because often there's a lot of different applicants for that one position. So you can use bullet points or dot points, you can be really brief, try and be really concise wherever possible, and make sure that your resume is going to be really easy for them to just skim over. If they only had 2 minutes of your time to look over it, would they be able to get a really good understanding of your skill set and what it is that you can offer them? One thing that can really help your resume to stand out from the crowd is listing your most recent accomplishments for the most recent roles that you've filled. So think about how you've added value in your previous roles and list them. And it can be as specific as times where you've saved a business money, saved them time, or found a solution for any other of their problems. Also be really relevant in your accomplishments and write them under each previous role or position. It's just going to be much easier for other people to read and understand rather than grouping all of your previous work accomplishments together in a separate part of your resume, and it doesn't really relate, so people don't really know what job you were referring to and in what context it all happened. Hack number 8 is also going back to keeping your resume really simple and easy to read. Use very simple language and terms. Don't try and get too complex because you want to make sure the employer actually understands what you did in your previous roles or positions, and using really complex words to show that you're an expert in your field might seem like a good idea, but if they can't understand what you were actually doing, they're not going to be able to know how you might fit into their job. Now, I was actually speaking to one of my best friends that works in HR, and she was saying that more often than not, people don't include this at the end of their resume, but it really does help to set you apart. So I just wanted to touch on this and suggest that you write a brief statement about yourself, your personal life, and the sort of hobbies that you like to engage in. So in my brief statement about myself, I might say something like, I'm an outdoors person and I love to get in touch with nature, and in my spare time I enjoy staying active and being creative by engaging in my favorite hobbies, which include going to yoga, going on beach walks, cooking, and dancing. And hack number 10 to write an amazing resume is to include references. Usually people want to see 2 professional and 1 personal reference, and I've got to say, guys, please make sure you brief your references before they get that phone call. If you can give them a heads up that you're going for an interview and even let them know just a brief description of what that role involves, then it's going to prepare them, and when they do get that phone call to talk about you, they're going to be able to specifically mention ways that you fulfill different criteria that they know this employer is after. Also, nobody likes to receive a phone call out of the blue and be completely unprepared, so it's just a little courtesy to let them know that they might be getting a call and that you're looking for a job. Comment below if you guys are currently working or if you're looking for an internship or job. I'd love to hear more about it or read more about it, and make sure you subscribe so that you can check out more of this mini-series that's going to be up in the coming weeks. I think next week I'm going to talk about something to do with interviews or figuring out what kind of career path to choose. So let me know what you guys want to see and I will film it for you. Alright guys, I'll see you next week with another video. Mwah! Bye!